Everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. You're in the kitchen with KK, and this is where I like to have fun with you, give you lots of confidence in the kitchen, allowing you to understand just how much power you have over your health. And it starts in your own kitchen, because this is where we can really take a look at the ingredients we're putting in, be in charge of the nutrient quality that's going into our body. So it's summer season. And a lot of us are, enjoying lighter meals. This is time to lighten up on the meals. And salads are often popular during this time, especially if you're having different events. So I'm going to introduce you to a really big favorite for my vegetarian and vegan type clients, or anyone that wants to experience a little more plant-based options to lighten up. And that's going to be my mock tuna salad. Now, tuna salad it's been popular. The baby boomers remember it. In college, you remember it, a can of tuna. But we really can't eat tuna anymore because of how much mercury is in the tuna fish. Maybe in a blue moon, but mercury is linked to ALS. It's linked to all of cognitive impairment, the onset of early Alzheimer's and many different forms. So we really need to be very wary of the fish, and tuna fish tend to have way more. So I don't eat tuna fish anymore, but I love this, and you're going to love it. So I'm an integrative and functional healthcare professional. I changed my whole career after I started healing my health, but I'm combining my love of cooking. So I call myself a chef for the people, because instead of giving your power away all the time to people in white coats, you can take it back and regain vibrant energy. So my cookbook, you've heard me talk about it, Bioenergetic Cooking. It's bioenergetics, study of energy and living systems. Well, food is energy, food is medicine, and it's information. And that's what I explore in this book. I take you through all the major systems and organs. So one of my favorite chickpea recipes is my daughter's favorite, which I hosted in the book in the heart section, because this is where you're picking up building that hemoglobin with the benefits of really good iron and protein sources. And so this one is more raw. We're going to be picking up lots of nutrients. So let me grab my cute apron and we're going to get going. So this is where we collect fun aprons. I like the April Cornell aprons. They wash really well. They're really fun and colorful. And when I'm cooking for my clients, I wear an apron too. No white coats. And so I'm a very intuitive chef, as you know. I cook intuitively. I like to encourage my clients when I'm cooking with them to cook intuitively. I'm going to show you what I'm using and give you ingredients. But we are also, I use my food processor a lot. It really, really helps you in preparation. I didn't grow up with one, so I had to use a box grater. And you can, and a knife, but this is going to help you. And you can also prep a little bit more. It is Sunday. Sundays are great days to prep. I've already prepped smoothies. Smoothies are one of the best nutrient delivery systems and grab and goes. When they're done properly, it delivers you a lot of nutrients that your body can quickly break down. So Sundays, I love to get the smoothies done. You can freeze some. I do a lot of different ones. I do them for my clients. So what do we have here? We've got a lot of color. Look at all this color that's going in here. Radishes. Radishes are phenomenal for the liver. They are built for the liver to help produce what the liver needs to do its job, to help it build bile, to break down fats, to open it up, to nourish it. We've got to constantly help our liver do the job it knows how to do and does every single day. So what I do is I'm going to prep extra. We're going to put some in here, but this is a time when you can cut some and have them ready to go, because they're perfect snacks, a little bit of sea salt. The other thing we're putting in is celery. Celery has so many different healing qualities. It's a natural diuretic during the summer. During the summer hot, humid months, you want natural diuretics. You want to do your hot yoga. You want to get the fluids out of your body. It's going to help your heart energy because the last thing a fire organ wants is to be put out with water. So we got to get that water out. You're going to feel lighter and more energetic. That's why we exercise more during the summer. But I like to use the centers more for this recipe because I like to get in some of the leaves in this. I'm also going to be adding in organic celery salt as well. And of course, carrots. So now you see all the beautiful color, the beta carotene here. So carrots are also made for the liver. The liver creates vitamin A. You want your liver to be really, really healthy. You need to nourish it all the time because it does thousands of different functions to support all the different systems in the body, and it's the mother to the heart, right? We're in heart season. So if you didn't do your job during the spring helping your liver, you're going to be paying now. Everything runs in seasons, okay? So with this, let's get the carrots grated up. I like to use there's two different grater things here, and also on your grater block, if you use the old-fashioned kind, there's two different styles. I like to use the smaller one because that I use the bigger one, of course, for carrot salad, but when you're adding it to either maybe a lettuce mix, because I always do prepared salads and keep them in dishes as well. So this is great because it blends in really nicely and it doesn't overpower the chickpeas. So that's an important consideration. And so I've already peeled these organic carrots for you and just get them sized and we'll put them in here. So I'm doing a little bit more than I need, but I'm going to use these carrots in my my salad. You can see how quick that was. Otherwise, it'd be going like this. Great functional fitness, but we don't really need all that. So, and make sure you have your easy prep bowls. These are so easy, easy to clean, easy to stack. So now we've got a bunch of prepared carrots. So I'm just going to put it all in this bowl. And I won't use it all, but I'll use the rest in my prepared salad mixes, which I love to make, especially with arugula and watercress and sliced radishes. You're getting way more nutrients than just getting a mixed one thing of greens. And I've showed you before on how to put that into a glass bowl in the refrigerator. So this is all done. We don't need to rinse this because we're using it again. Now for the radishes, I love radishes as a snack. Perfect thing to bring with you in the car, to add to any meal. You'll get used to them and your liver and your body will start to request and desire them as you go. Daikon radishes are a little more mild, but this red, obviously on the outside, this is where you're picking up your antioxidants. These antioxidants lower the inflammation in the body, as well as protect our cells. They're cellular protective, DNA protective. We've constantly got free radical damage going on in our body. It's just a normal process. Okay, so let's do like 5. I like radishes in mine, so you can kind of gauge how many you want. Let's do 4 because those are big. Look how quick this is. You see, you can do this recipe in no time. Use another bowl. We'll save those for later. Okay, now we've got our radishes. Now we're going to use the same bowl to start to squish up our chickpeas. So we're going to put in the regular blade now. The reason I like this particular food processor, I've had the same one for 8 years, and it's because of the bowl width. It's deep and it's wide. It's not so deep, and the blade is super strong. It's not a skinny little blade. Let's cut up this celery. So just stack them really, really easy, and just use a nice fine blade here. I like my Sentuco knife. I just do them really fine. Just put on nice music. and just relax through this. So it doesn't have to be perfect. But you just want them fine. So we're not chopping them. I like slices, thin slices. Use your little blade. If you haven't got one of these yet, they're less than 10 bucks. You could even find one somewhere else. It's probably even less, but try to get good quality in everything you have. So next thing up is going to be red onion. So red onion, again, you've got more antioxidants. Color equal antioxidants. Antioxidants equal cell protection, because the cells is where everything starts. That is what we are supporting. Our cells know what to do. They need the tools. When you start feeding your cells well, not only do you feel better, you have more energy, your skin glows, your eyes glow, everything. So that's what we need to do. I don't need all of this red onion, and I'm going to be using it though during the week. So the top out bottom part, this over here. So the way that I like to do red onion for this, I'll show you. I do a lot of meal prepping. So my bag is opening up here. So I like the size to be about this big. So I cut it in half and then just really fine. I like a little bit larger red onion slices. If you do not like red onion that much, just remember the red onion is so protective, antimicrobial, antibacterial, antiviral. Onions are amazing for you. So raw red onions are great to get in your salad. You'll get used to them as you get going. If you're having difficulties digesting anything, what I work with my clients with, you need to start taking enzymes. You know, our pancreas kind of gets weaker as we get older because we're using it so much, but we definitely need to be breaking down our fats, our protein, our carbohydrates, and then other enzymes. Enzymes are so important in the body for breaking down everything. There's many different types. So, and let's get the chickpeas. I've already drained them. So I like the Edam brand chickpeas and beans, legumes. They are properly pressure cooked. They're cooked in seaweed. You're getting extra iodine. And what I do is I'll add them to the food processor. So you see, we don't need to, it's in the way here. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to get this here. So get this out of the way. We're just going to break these all down, and then we're going to take out some and leave in some and make the dressing so that it's not all sloppy. We have a little bit of texture. So I'm going to use this for. I actually usually do 2 cans. So 1 can, 15-ounce can will make 2 servings for you at least. So you're getting, I think there's about 7 grams, it's 21. So half of that, you're going to get at least, 12, about 12 grams of protein per serving, easy on this. So if you do not have a food processor with a blade, you can use a masher, like a potato masher. Again, it's going to take you more time. It's just so easy with this. So because I have to do so much when I'm doing meal prep, it's just easy to do. All right, so we're leaving some in and some out because we want a little bit bigger pieces. And what we're going to be doing, let's just get the other stuff added to this now because we're going to mash this all together. Okay, let's get some of the carrot in there. So it's at least a half a cup of carrots. Kind of gauge how much you want. Red onion. I'm going to use all the celery. We'll put in the other spices after. Okay, so what we're going to use to make this dressing and to make it stick together, because we're not using mayonnaise. I don't even like Primal Kitchen mayonnaise. To me, it's too processed, and I don't use any eggs. for a lot of my clients, anyone with autoimmune or any Epstein-Barr, you want to cut the eggs out. There are certain proteins that are going to feed those microbes and those viruses, and it's really, I've found that I'm much better without them. So there's plenty of other sources of protein. So it's about 2 tablespoons of your, at least a tablespoon of your Dijon mustard, and at least 2 tablespoons of raw tahini. So either Artisana brand or Once Again brand, these I've found to be real clean and easy. I'm also going to be squeezing a lemon in here. Let me get my tried and true. I'm going to try to make it to the beach too to get my evening relaxation in. So if you're doing 2 cans, you want to use 1 whole lemon, but we're just going to use half a lemon. So half a lemon is going to be at least a tablespoon or a tablespoon and a half. Depending on the size, you can get a 1/4 cup out of 1 whole lemon. Okay, that's all we need right now in here. So we're just going to give this a nice blend. Then we're going to mix this in here and mix it all together. We're pretty much done. It's so easy for breakfast. Smells amazing. If you love Dijon mustard like I do, you really love this. So just take the blade out. All right. It's a lot of texture in here. There's a lot of flavor in here. I like to clean as we go, but actually, I'm going to tidy up, and then we're going to finish this off and be right back. And you can see how quick and easy this is in under 10 minutes. Okay, we're all tidied up, which makes me feel real good. The other things that I'd love to add in here, I love fresh dill, but I'm out of fresh dill, so I'm going to be using an organic dry dill. But I love adding in fresh green onion here. Green onion's a little bit larger than chives. So giving it way more nutrient power. And then some fresh parsley, which is where we're going to be adding our power to help remove heavy metals in the body, to give you natural diuretics, to give you all those great nutrients, add some amazing flavor. By the way, flavor is all your colors and your antioxidants. So when you get used to eating real food, flavor packages are MSG and a bunch of junk. So that is not what flavor is. And spices, different spice profile, play with the spices. That's why it's really great to make some of your own mixes. You see when I make my fajito and my taco mix. All right, so dill weed, use at least a half a teaspoon here. If you have fresh, you're going to need at least a nice big chunk. I like putting in a little ground mustard seed that just pumps it up a little bit more, and a little bit of organic celery seed. So now there's plenty of flavor in here between the radishes and the carrots and now what I use is a fork. Sometimes I have a little bit bigger bowl, everything's jumping out. I use the back of a fork to match this down. I mean, this is how we made tuna fish when we were kids, in a bowl with pickles and mayonnaise. So what we're doing is we're just mashing the squished up chickpeas with the ones that we whipped up with the raw tahini. So this is really a lot of texture, a lot of flavor, and we're going to use a half cup measuring cup to measure it out. And I've got out some of the salad that I already had prepped. I keep it prepped in a glass container in the refrigerator. It stays really well because there's no dressing on it to start oxidizing or breaking it down. And what I had prepped was some cauliflower rice, some radicchio, some red cabbage, some arugula. So this is a great mix, and it's smelling really amazing. You don't really need sea salt, but we'll put a little salt and pepper on. So I keep the pink Himalayan sea salt fine for adding to different things like this. And I have another one. This is great from Sur La Table. I love it, the way it works. So here we are. Doesn't this look amazing? If you could smell it, you would go like, wow, it's amazing. As soon as you take it out, you're going to feel it, smell it. So yeah, let's use a half cup measure. So this is kind of how I measure it out when I'm meal prepping. So it's a nice big pile. And now we've got this already meal prepped and ready to go. You can make several of these. So this is a larger one where I keep my mixture, but I'm just going to put the rest in here for another cup because I split out some. And since I want to go to the beach, I'm just going to put the rest of it in here. Yeah, so when I meal prep this for clients, I don't even put the lettuce base on there because then it allows them to put it on what they want sometimes. So, but for you, I really highly recommend that. But look how easy that is. It's an alternative to the past, getting rid of tuna salad and preparing your body to be healthier by reducing the sources of mercury that we're exposed to, and just knowing how bad that is. So mindfulness, that's what you're learning here, hopefully, and hopefully you're getting inspired because mindfulness gives you time to make better choices, and those better choices leads to freedom, and that freedom will lead you to empowerment in your own kitchen. So give me a thumbs up if you love being here. Thanks for staying with me. And I'm heading to the beach to get my grounding in before the night ends. Take care, everyone.